Hey guys, Jason from JB Watch Mods here, and today we'll be building this beautiful 40mm gold on gold Datejust style watch. So stick around and I'll show you how it's built. Let's jump in. So parts we'll be using today, we have a 40mm Datejust style case, all gold with a beautiful fluted bezel. This one's using a presidential style bracelet as well. We have our all gold Roman numeral dial. This one's got gold indices as well. We have our gold Datejust hands. And of course, our NH35 movement. So let's get started. So first things first, we need to prep this dial to be able to fit it to our movement. So we've got our little legs on the back of the dial here. They just accommodate different crown positions for different cases. So we're using a 3 o'clock case and a 3 o'clock movement, obviously. So basically what we need to do is, so on the movement we've got these little dial locating holes which are there and right here. So those legs on the back of the dial will fit into those holes. So we need to line that up to 3 o'clock where we want it to sit. And I can see that the top leg here is going to be the one we use. So I'll just get my side cutters and we will lop off the other two legs. I'll just hold it and give it a bit of a twist and they just snap off. Like so. Now you'll see that we have these small little bumps left from where the legs were that we chopped off. So what you need to do is get a little file, or you can even use the knurling on one of these screwdrivers. And we just file those smooth so we don't have any bumps left on the dial, so it'll sit nice and flat against the movement. They're nice and soft, so it doesn't take much to get rid of those. I'll just blow any metal flakes away. Now we'll get our movement. Just make sure those feet are lined up and press her down. Okay, next step is to fit the hands. So what we need to do, because this one has a date window, we'll pull the crown out and we'll rotate the crown until that date window just flicks over. So we'll turn it. Getting close now, you can see it start to move. So we'll go slow. And it just clicked there. So now we know that we're at 12 o'clock on the movement. So we won't touch that. We'll put that into a movement holder. And we'll get ready to set the hands. Now to do this, I like to elevate the movement and get it up high, close to eye level. When it's at eye level, it's just a lot easier to press the hands in. So I've got a small little table that I put on my workbench, just lifts it up to eye level. So I'll set that up and we'll begin the hands. So what I like to do is just put my hand on the end of a bit of Rotico, just by the tip. And what we'll do is we'll just pop it under. Make sure it's lined up at 12 o'clock. Once we're at 12 o'clock, just give it a bit of a press down. And there she goes. So that is our 12 o'clock hand done. Just give you a little look at that. And now we're at 12 o'clock. I'm not going to move it. I'm going to do my hour hand straight away. So what I'll do is I'll change my tip over. I've got a tip with a smaller opening. This tip has a smaller opening, which means you are not going to press the hour hand on too far. So same thing, we'll just sit it over it. Make sure the hands are lined up. Give it a bit of a press. That's that one done. So, just give it a quick look here. Just knock that up. So, hour hand and minute hand done. So what I like to do once I do that, I'll just turn it over and make sure that the hands clear everything. I'll try and get a side on view so you can see any clearances. It's a bit tricky, but what I'm looking for is to make sure that all the hands clear all the indices, and that our hour hand and our minute hand also clear each other. So I'll turn it over twice. And what we're looking for is just for the date to click over at 12 o'clock or around 12 o'clock. It's never perfect with these NH35 movements. So we're coming up now, so we'll just slow it down. You can see the date starting to move. And just clicked over there, so perfect. So now we know that's all good. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and set our second hand. So same for the second hand, nothing different. We just stick our second hand, the tip of the second hand, into a bit of Rotico. It's rolled up into the shape of a ball or a point, like so. And on we go. So that is our hand set done. So what I'll do, I'll just push the crown in, wind it up, make sure that the second hand is moving as it should. Pull it back out, just turn over the hands, make sure that the hands have enough clearance, that we're not fouling anywhere. And we're good to go. Yeah, beautiful. Looks great already. Alright, let's get the workbench out and we'll get it ready to fit into the case. Okay, so now our hands are done, our dial's on the movement. Next step, fit this into this and cut the crown stem. So first thing we'll do is we'll remove the bracelet from the case. Again, you don't need any fancy tools. I just use a small screwdriver. Kind of lever one side out at a time while applying pressure with your thumbs. So I'll move this over here. Now, take our case back off. We'll remove our crown as well. Now the most important thing about this step is cleaning. Everything has to be spotless because we don't want any dust or any specks of dirt inside the case when the movement's fitted. So give it an initial wipe with our rag, then I'll give it a blow down. Inside and out. Then I will get the best tool for this, I believe, our lens pen. So I'll just like to give the lens pen a bit of a clean first. And we'll just wipe this down. Not applying too much pressure, just a light, going over. Just moving it around now just to see if I can see any dust or any kind of particles. Now once I'm happy that's all clean, I'll grab our movement and we need to pull out this stem. So on the NH35, let's see, right here, you have this little tab. Now this tab pushes down when the crown's pushed all the way in, so crown's all the way in. This little tab here, we'll get our screwdriver, just lever it down and pull the crown out. So, put our movement down, we'll just blow the movement down, make sure there's nothing there. And we'll pop our case on it. Okay, so now we have our dial, hands and movement in the case. Next step is to cut our crown and fit our crown. Cut our crown stem, I should say. So when you buy your NH35, you will receive one new crown stem. Now I recommend you buy extra of these. Get a pack of 10 from AliExpress, they're super cheap. That way, if you do miscut it, it's not the end of the world. It just makes the whole experience a lot easier and quicker. So what I have a spare that I use as a template. So this is cut approximately to the right length. So this just is a massive help. So I'll just line these two up Use my side cutters. Just a good pair of side cutters is all you need. And chop it. Now let's give it a test. So I find having the template crown stem is just a lifesaver. It just makes it so much easier. You're not having to measure and every time you build a watch. And when you're building a lot of watches, it just saves a lot of time. So I'll just screw this on. I feel like this may be too long, but let's have a look. So I always just check that it is in all the way by pulling it out. So it's just a touch too long. So you can kind of see here, there's just the smallest gap here. So what we'll do, we'll take the crown and stem back out, unscrew the crown, and we'll just take another mil maybe off the stem. So I'll just take another mil off. We'll try again. Okay, let's give this a shot. And now that's spot on, no gap. So we're just looking here, there's no gap between the crown and the case. To make sure we've cut it to the right length, you want to be able to wind the crown, obviously without it catching on the threads. You need to be able to pull it out to both positions and push the crown back in. And it's nice when it has that little bit of free play there. So that's perfect. So what we'll do is pull it back out for a final time, unscrew it, and then to ensure it does not come out when we don't want it to come out, we use a little bit of thread locker. So just a medium strength thread locker, that's all you need. Just put a dab on the threads. Like so. Try and get a little bit into the crown. Screw it back on. Now any excess that you have on the stem you just want to wipe off. So now that is one crown and stem cut, ready to be fitted. So let's pop it in. Just test it again, make sure it's all good. And happy days. Screw that in. Okay, so now that we know that is all good, we can fit our case back. So gasket into some silicone gasket lubricant. We'll just grab that. Pop that. There's a little groove in this case for the gasket to sit. So I'll pop that on. And we'll just sit our case back on and screw it in. Just have to be careful not to pinch that gasket. Make sure that gasket stays in place when you're putting the case back on. This is another great tool to have, just a case back tool. This is interchangeable, so that pops out and you can fit different size ones on there. But that is a must have as well, so we'll just screw that up. And there we have it. So looks beautiful. Love it. Now, last step, fit the bracelet and we're good to go. Okay, so let's fit our bracelet now. So here's our bracelet. Now, to work out which side is the right side for the bracelet to go on, this folding hinge here, the top of that hinge, points towards the top of the watch, basically. So when it's on the wrist, it'll be like this, if that makes sense. So we got our folded part of the hinge there. Our watch will sit like this. So our spring bar is already in the bracelet. Just use a screwdriver, just push one side in, keep a bit of pressure on it, push the other side in. Now just use your little screwdriver just to locate them, like so. Now we'll do our other side. And that is done. So there we have it, one completed, all gold Seiko Mod with Roman numeral dials. What a watch, hey? Looks beautiful. Now, if you would like one of these for yourself, I've got these up on my website. I'll leave a link in the description below. So we have these and many, many others on the site. So if you want me to build you one, just jump on the site and you can order one for yourself. If you've got any questions, any queries, leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you. If there's anything you want to see in particular, let me know as well and I can show you how to do that. So thanks for watching this episode, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.